start with next topic. So this was one question from Sumit. If you have any question, please you can ask. Else we can start with our uh, next topic. So our topic will be broadly into two new topics will be broadly classified as one will be your stored procedure. Let's talk about uploading external files in SQL system, okay, preferably in tables, okay, on tables. This will be first thing. Second thing will be I'll use this same file, the uploaded file which is there in the table, and create a stored procedure, and we'll see what is stored procedure. Okay, so this the both the thing that we are left with, uploading external files and stored procedure, it varies a lot from system to system. Okay, so what we'll see specifically, and it's not like 100% variation, it will be like 30%, 40% variation, but yeah, similarities will be there, but you'll not find as it is, like whatever we have learned so far can be found as it is in other SQL systems. Okay, but this what we'll see today is more inclined towards MySQL system. Okay, Devashi, I have mailed you one file. Just can you download and keep it on desktop? You can stop sharing if you want. You can stop sharing it, and then you can download the file and keep it in the desktop.
Oh, I've already saved it.
Okay, where it is? Is it in
Desktop.
fine, perfect. So let's go ahead and we'll use this file. So what we do is there are several ways of importing file, but what we'll see is like most frequently used and the most easier one. Okay, so when you let me first bring the table. Okay, so in the schema, if you click like select any of the table, okay, right click on that, and you will see here are the options. uh, Table data export wizard. Okay, we'll come to the export once we see the import, and then we'll have a table data import wizard. So we'll click on this import wizard. Okay, so you'll get a pop-up. You'll have to share this as well. I mean, I'm not able to see the screen. I guess you have not shared the entire screen.
Okay, so how do I do that?
You just go to share screen and share all.
Okay, just a second.
Can you see the pop-up import wizard screen on your pop-up in your screen? Yeah, exactly. Fine. So you'll get this browse path. So you just need to select the path where your file is. Okay, let's say it's there in the somewhere on the desktop. Just have to select the file. This is the file. Okay, so I'll just import this file. Okay, I'll click on next. And here is there are two options. So first option is you already have created a schema, you already have created a table, empty table, or whatever table you have. Table is already there. You need to use that table name if the table is there. Okay. In our case, the table is not there. Okay. We have not created any blank table or empty table. So we'll recreate it again. Okay. So if you just click on create new table, so they'll ask you on which schema you want to create. Okay. So I'll go for analytics schema. I'll name it as upload demo sales upload demo. Okay. This is my table name. I'll just copy the table name. Okay, so here you have drop table if exists. So whenever you are using this, so let's say to avoid error, generally if the table exists, so it will give you an error. Okay, so just click on this so that if the table name exists, so it will drop it. Okay, then go to next step. This is the important step. Here you get the variable names. Whatever data, like whatever data you are reporting, it will have variable. Okay, so here you can just change the variable type if you want. You can make all varchar text, whatever. Okay, keep the encoding as it is, UTF-8 by default. Okay, and click on next. So just have a look of the data set as well. Like this is what you are trying to import, or are there any discrepancies, okay, to what you are expecting? So you have integer, and like most of the time, 90% of the time, MySQL will automatically detect the character, more like automatically detect the correct data type. Okay, but if in case you want to make any changes, you are free to select those. Let's see, I want to change it to any other. I'll change it. Okay, so this is the data. I have three columns, three variables in my CSV file. Go to next. Okay, so there are two steps. So import, prepare import, and if you click on next, so they'll see uh, both the steps will happen one by one, and you'll get a green signal. Okay, you go to next. Okay, and table is imported, so it will give you how many rows are imported. So generally, therefore yesterday I imported in MySQL. I had one assignment, so I imported around 350k rows, and it happened very quickly. It took around 59 seconds to do it. So it will show the time, it will show the number of records. Okay, if in case you some rows are missing, let's say some rows had some special character or which do not match your schema design, so they will tell you that 30 rows are missing. Okay, it will tell you. Just click on finish. Okay, I'm not able to see the screen. Yeah, just click on finish. uh your table is imported. Now let's have a look. How does it look? Okay, so I'll just select. And if you refresh here, so see here, we don't have the table now, but if you refresh, so your table should appear here. So this is my table. Okay, so I'll pull it here, select star from, so I'll run slide, and then here you have the data that you have imported. Okay, so this is one way, and this is the most easiest way, and you don't get error here. Generally, if you get error, you will be able to replicate what the error is. In rest of the cases, it is a little complex. Let's not get into that. Okay. Are we clear on this? How do we import? Now, this, let's say this is your like data set, and so what you can do is here, if you right click, okay, so here comes the export option. Okay, so you select all and export with row names. If you want to if you have done your analysis, your data is like ready to move to some Excel for further charting or calculations, you will need to export that data set into your Excel sheet. So you can directly right click here and export it. Okay, now let's see. So if you want, just go through this small exercise in your system. It will take a minute or so, and then we can go ahead with the procedure. Okay, so let's. I just wanted to start with. Minute. Okay, so let me just pull out one example of stored procedure. We'll look into that now. Okay, so let me take this same example that we have uploaded. Okay, so in MySQL, the stored procedure is, uh, I mean, it is very much used in other SQL systems, so it becomes a core part. So same in MySQL as well. But there are certain limitations when it comes to dynamic behavior of it. Okay, so let's see. There are two types of stored procedure. One is like fixed, and one is dynamic. So let's start with fixed one. Fixed SP. So we in short we call SP. Okay, how do we create it? So we have delimiter. Okay, we start with delimiter. Okay, what is the spelling of delimiter? 1 minute. Yeah. So we start with delimiter. We give and we write create procedure or procedure name. So let's say I'll write here as give, my first procedure, my first procedure. Okay, and then you give bracket, and then here you write all the logic that you want to you want your procedure to do. Okay, so when to start with, let's start with my one basic feature, that is like we'll start and whatever logic you write, the logic should be in between begin and end. So it will be, you'll have begin and you'll have end. Okay, in between this, all your logic should lie. Okay, so for this example, let's say select, I just simply select uh, the table. Okay, I'll just select this table. Uh, Devasi, just do Control Z once. Copy this table. Okay, I'll copy it. No worries. Because Macs and Windows keywords are different, so I'm getting this problem. Okay. So mine is like I just want to create a procedure, my first procedure, and I write begins and the logic, whatever the logic is, and then my query. I'll end it. So this is not needed. Remove this. Okay. And then here you'll have to once your query logic ends, you'll have to give semicolon. That means your query is ending here. Okay. And then at the end, you just need to when you are marking end, so it should be marked by a delimiter again. This is a delimiter. Okay. So this is the procedure. This is how you create a procedure, and that's pretty much, I guess. So let's end with delimiter, begin and end. You have SQL syntax. Select star from upload. But it's not running. I just run this. Select both the. Okay, open it in some other session. Just copy this and open it in some other session. Yeah. No, see, it's hung actually. See here, it's whole star, right? I guess it's okay. So let's check. One minute. So let's check it. So you have at the end on your schema side. So you'll see here you have stored procedure in whichever schema you are working. So let's say I'm working on the analytics. Here you have all the schema will have a stored procedure section like views and stored procedure. So select that, refresh it. Okay. So if it is created, it should be visible here. It is not yet created. So create procedure name, begin, end. Yeah, this is it. I guess nothing else is there. What is there? Yeah. Can create procedure error? You have an error in your SQL syntax. Check the manual. Okay, do one thing. Let's check like this. This is, I don't think this is error, but let's try it. Let me name it. What? Let me just give me 1 minute. What is this here? This is how it works. I don't know. There's some system issue or something. Let me check. I'll just Google it 1 minute. So two. I hope two. We have not created two. Okay, so this is created. Two is created. Now here, since here we have parameters as an input, so you'll have to pass the parameter as well. Without parameter, it will give you error. So two. What is the parameter? Let's take any ID, for example. Let's take this ID, okay, and pass this as input to the procedure here. Uh, so this this part will will become an input to this query, and you'll get an output. Okay, you see here. So it becomes a function for you now. It is directly a function. You pass the value, you get the output. You pass the value, you get the output, and you can make it as complex as you want. This is the basic structure. Okay, so are we clear on this procedure? How do we create procedure? This is my input, and you need to if you don't even pass this, that will also work. Okay, if you don't pass this, that will also work, but you need to pass the variable, the parameter, and the type, and run this, and put that filter condition or whatever logic you want, and call it, pass the value. That will be okay here. So all the procedure that you create should be residing here in your procedure section. Are we good? So you can stop sharing the screen, Devanshi. We'll just quickly look into the final project. Okay, guys, I'm sharing my screen, and here is your project. So I was referring to this. So I'll put this on chat. You can have a look. I found the good help for storage procedure here. Okay, for MySQL. So let's get into the final project thing. Okay, so I hope you like. I've not mailed it, yes, but today I'll after this, just after this session, I'll mail the entire thing, entire document. If you guys are facing some issues in downloading, you can refer to mails. So your project will be where is the project? Yeah, this is your project. Okay, so it's a little complex in terms of look and like, but it's very easy. So this many tables, so I'll just give you the schemas. Okay, and schema and data, I'll give you how do you insert. You don't need to create a table. You just need to run the query. The table will be created, all the table will be created with existing uh, relations. Okay, so there will be questions which will be basically on getting some results. Okay, and that result will have to be exported in your Excel, and there will be charts. You'll have to prepare a dashboard. I mean the proper bar graph, chart graph. Okay, and do your analysis. So question will be like this. Such questions. So you have the entire structure. This is what I'll mail you. Then your question will be like this. Okay, and all of those should be exported in Excel and shared. You should not share the query. Okay, I'm just bothered. uh, for each question there will be one tab, so I'll just explain you what will be the format of it, what will be the expectation. So for each, let's say this is 8.1, 8.1. So this should be 8.2. There will be total 8 questions, 8.2. So there will be 8 tabs. Okay, each tab you need to run the query. Okay, write a query, run it. Okay, so here the most important thing is linking the table. So there, since there are like 11 tables, you'll have to link those. How, from where you will get each data, how will you get the each data, and run the query, export the output, put it on Excel. Okay, that is it. And if needed, if the graph, if the output has numbers, so build a graph chart. If not, just give the output. That is what we need. ठीक है? Are we okay, guys?